everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm Mark.
I'm Alex.
And this is Noodle. Noodle's still joining us on the couch. So he's, we're wondering if this was a bad idea, putting him on the couch, because I'm sure my wife is going to see this video and go, wait, you let him on furniture? Because for 6 months now, he's never been on furniture in the place, and he's never wanted to be. He's never jumped on furniture, but we coaxed him up here with a bone. He came up here and he's been basically passed out.
Are you ready?
What?
I have stairs for Terry to get into our bed.
You have what?
Stairs. I've got puppy stairs for Terry to get into our bed.
I thought you were talking like stairs.
No,
like,
man.
When you like raise an eyebrow, he's like, "Oh, it's my cue to get on the bed." No.
Nah,
oh, wait,
dude.
you have a stairway to heaven?
I have a stairway to bed.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Terry. We got the stairs, man, and I was so mad. I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna have this dog." And then, of course, I read some article where like dogs, when they jump, can get hurt. Small dogs are more prone to injuries, and I'm just like,
yeah, because he's got those brittle bird bones.
I'm like, I guess we need them. I'm like, I guess we need these stairs. Of course, they're on my side of the bed.
Okay.
So I've got exactly 3 feet from when I wake up to get out without hitting something. Maybe.
All right.
And yeah, he loves his stairs. Sorry, yeah.
So, today's topic, we're talking food.
Yeah, food.
So
big part of owning a dog, right?
Yeah. So, I guess our journey started with, we got our dog from the shelter Wags and Walks, which is over in Santa Monica. Great people. And so they have like a mountain of this brand called Jinx, Jinx.
Okay.
And it's like pretty local, and it's kibble, but it's got like it's like, I have a very crunchy wife. She's like all organic veggies farmers market. And
I've
she was like,
I've seen the treats.
she was like, oh, like this actually seems like a really good brand. So when we got this dog, remember we were there for like 10 minutes and they were like pushing this dog in our car and they were like, go, 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 save. It's yours. He's yours.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, what's happening? And they like gave us like one of those big freezer bags of food. So the first thing we did is we didn't even get home. We went to Petco or PetSmart, one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell the difference.
Walmart.
Yes. And my wife goes and finds like, she starts going through all the dog foods, looking for like what could be the best for our boy. And so we got this one, and they say you're supposed to like transition your dog. Apparently he wasn't eating very much. Like I said, when we got him, like visible ribs, visible hips, like he was emaciated.
Yeah, he was weak too.
He did not love his food when we started. The bag that they gave us. And then we went to the other one and he ate it, but then he would barf all the time. So then we went back to them and we're like, what do you use? And they were like, we use Jinx. And we started going to that. It's not crazy available, like some Targets. And I say not all Targets.
Yeah.
Some Targets carry it.
Yeah.
And we got the chicken recipe. What are you guys feeding?
Yeah, food's hard because Terry, again, small dog, eats next to nothing. You probably feed what? Noodle 2 cups of dry?
He gets we have like this 1 scoop, and so he I could go on for hours about how we've got to feed this guy.
But so you feed him a healthy amount of dry kibble, I assume.
Yeah.
So Terry eats half a cup, maybe in the morning, half a cup in the evening, maybe. He doesn't like to eat his food now. We've switched recipes. We've talked to.
He gets 3 cups a day.
Total.
So
like 1.5.
So he gets 1.5 in the morning and 1.5 at night.
Yeah. So we have to get a smaller, go us, we get a smaller bag of dog food and he gets half a cup. And like, cause of any more than a cup, he will throw up. But if you give him a cup in the morning, then it's kind of like he doesn't eat at all. And then I worry that he doesn't eat for 24 hours. So I would rather give him small snacks, and like we have treats and other things too that we give him. But yeah, food, dry kibble cannot be chicken, and it's not a lot.
Hmm.
It's crazy. We don't, and we've tried wet food, and we do get science diet that's appropriate to his age and size. And yeah, we just don't go through it as often as you would think.
That's crazy because, like, I would say the kibble is his second favorite thing
Yeah.
in the world. Like, if you've ever seen the video on his little Instagram chicken noodle floof, like he dances for his food,
Mm-hmm.
and like he just violently shaking his head and his tail for it. But again, going back, like, was a scavenger, so like he eats with reckless abandon. So we got like a bowl, and then we were told like, hey, get the little insert of the slow feeder.
Yeah, I have one.
And like he's like a little anteater where he will just, and it's like, hey, Noodle, you have to chew.
Yeah.
You have to chew.
Yeah.
And so he would eat that so fast that we started getting, and we got this soft foraging bowl. And it's kind of like the fingers on a car washing mitt. He's kicking me right now because I'm making fun of him. And so we feed him almost exclusively out of that now.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is it stinks to high heaven after 2 meals.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to wash it.
Yeah.
But now what used to take him like 2 minutes, we have to feed him like in halves. So we feed him a first half and a second half just to try and slow him down.
I see what you're saying.
And now we'll do him a first half and a second half. In the bowl, it used to be he could finish everything within like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Now with that soft feeder bowl, like it takes him about 8 to 10 minutes to finish a half.
I remember you came into the studio and you were like, "Oh yeah, you're not gonna believe this," because you ended up buying Terry one.
Yeah,
and I'll talk about it, but yeah, I remember that was a really significant moment in your like doggy first couple. Because when did you get that feeder?
probably like 2-3 months ago.
Really? Oh, I thought it was a lot sooner. Never mind then.
Yeah, because I know we got you one for Christmas, I think.
Yeah, because he was going through food like crazy.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this thing tires him out too, which was a big thing. We talked about that.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's the best part about this bowl is not that it slows him down, but he's got to like move it around with his nose and get like ruffle through it, and he'll get like one kibble and then ruffle through it. So that way, like when he's done with his meal, he's exhausted. And he'll lie on the ground and just be like,
yeah, well, like the bone did that to him.
Yeah.
That's good to know, but it's so funny going to that toy that you got him for Christmas. Okay. And I haven't told you this yet, but the toy you got him for Christmas. First of all, it was a little too big for him. Like his nose was getting like buried in it. And the snuffle mats that we have are like flatter versus deep, which was like kind of cool, but we would put his treats in and he would go crazy for it. But then one day he peed in it.
And the one we gave you?
Yeah, so we had to
That's
like wash it and
hilarious.
use it. And now I don't think he wants it at all. So we don't really use it because he's peed in it. I'm like, I get it. I wouldn't eat in my own like pee too, I guess. But yeah, the slow feeders are huge. I think everyone, I don't know a dog owner who doesn't have that, to be honest. I don't know dogs that eat slow. Now I think about it.
Yeah, they all eat like super fast. And you've seen the videos of like the dogs just like chomping through it. And it's
Yeah.
usually like a golden.
Yeah. Food flying everywhere.
Yeah, but luckily, like he's a pretty neat eater. He might lose a kibble or two, but the slow feeder makes all the difference. And the fact that it like has like a cinching drawstring allows me to like bring that to the studio. Like I'll take the food in a
and it's got the rubber things on the bottom. That thing was clutch because we have wood floors. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But man, that thing was is awesome. That I'm gonna probably buy like 2 more because, like I said, it stinks to high heaven after he's eaten it because it's like his slobber mixed with and he's not a slobbery dog.
Water. How much water are you going through with Noodle?
So that's another funny thing about him is he had to scavenge for water.
Yeah.
So like if I'm not careful, he'll drink on the runoff down the street. He'll drink like whatever water's in a plant.
Yeah.
Like he'll drink like
Yeah.
everything. So at home, we had a regular dog water dish and he was just chugging water.
Oh man.
And then he would barf because like that water would expand the kibble. His stomach would get full and he would just
yeah.
Blah,
Yeah.
and it just projectile vomit. And it'd just be like those kibbles that are now like that are this big and then now this big.
Yeah.
They went from like dimes to quarters. And so we then took like our regular cereal bowl and we put little bits of water, let him drink it, we fill it up, and it was a constant process until we got a slow water feeder. And what it is it's kind of like an inner tube in the middle.
Yeah.
That's got a plastic thing in the middle.
Yeah.
And there's a little drop, so it like just a little bit sits below the water line. And so he licks that and it goes down, but he can't just like put his mouth in and just go. Have you ever seen that?
No.
So I have a buddy of mine who was when I raced motocross, this guy was my mechanic.
Yeah.
And he had like a huge backyard where we had a track and they had horses and whatever. And this golden was like feral.
Okay.
It was a feral golden. And he used to just turn on the water spigot and fill like a bucket.
Yeah.
Like a big metal bucket. This dog used to stick its whole head in the water, submerged to the ears, and just go. It was like that really.
No way.
It was
man.
that. It was.
No way.
It was that movie. Like what was it? Beer Fest when they tried to drown the guy in the beer and he just started to drink it. And this dog, you would watch the water level just go.
No way.
And then it would just be like,
That's funny.
and then walk away. It was like, what was that?
That's crazy.
That dog didn't use a tongue at all. He
Man,
just
if you know of any dogs like this, I would love to hear people talk about their dogs that do this.
Does anybody have a dog that vacuums water? Send us a video.
The only thing I'm really conscientious about when it comes to Terry and his water bowl is just how late it's out, because at one point I do pick it up and we usually, right before bed. So he doesn't have too much water before bed. That's the only thing I really
so you don't
about.
keep it available to him?
After 8 or 9 p.m., no.
Weird. Okay, so we just removed the kennel.
That's
3 weeks ago.
Your living room's bigger now.
And so now he's able to get water whenever he wants. We keep that thing full.
Mm-hmm.
Like it takes him a while to get through it just because it's slow. He does like sit there for like a minute sometimes drinking and we're like, oh boy, like
Wow.
you're gonna barf. But like, he's got access to water anytime. Like he drinks a lot when one of us comes home.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he drinks when we're not home.
Yeah. And that's, oh man, what a funny topic. I wrote that down the other day. I'm like, what do you think our dogs do? An idea for an episode later, but what do you think our dogs do when we're not home?
I'm afraid of that because my neighbors say he doesn't howl.
Yeah.
But he kind of yodels apparently.
Yodeling noodle.
So apparently he does like little woos and they're like none of the neighbors are mad. They're like, oh, it's actually kind of sweet. It sounds like he's missing you.
Hmm.
And he's just like, oh. Apparently. I'm afraid to get one of those dog cams because I will check it religiously.
Yeah.
And there was an Instagram I saw maybe like 2-3 weeks ago that was like, worst decision I ever made was getting one of those dog things. And it cut to like her dog just having like absolute meltdowns of being alone.
Oh no.
And she was like, so now I'd never leave my house.
Well, yeah, again, topic for another episode, but yeah, that's crazy. I have some stuff on that. I have some stuff that I've found in my reading.
Okay.
That's another good point. I do a lot more dog reading than I normally do. And I'm okay with it. I'm really okay with it. I like learning about my dog and their isms.
So, sorry, going back to the topic of food,
Yeah.
do you do anything special for the guy? Like, is
Look
it just kibble, or do you put in additives?
There's some calming treats that I have. There's some CBD things that I do. Mainly those are for his anxiety because I do believe he was abandoned prior to my ownership of him.
Yeah.
I think there's a big issue there. There's some other signs there, but that's kind of a weird area based on who might have been his previous owners and who they could have been were. It gets kind of weird there, but with him, nothing too special. He's really straightforward, and we're lucky like that.
He's been picky. He hasn't been, knock on wood, picky in a few months. I like 2 months. But for the first like 4 months, there would be one day a week where like he wouldn't eat in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would just take him out for the walk and would be like, okay, he'll eat when we get back. And then he won't eat. And we're like, well, what do we do? He's like not interested in food. And so like we tried giving him chicken, and a few times he'll eat the chicken and then be like, okay, I could eat. I could go eat. Like, and his stomach sounds like a laser show when you're near him. It's just like, and then what we do have, and kind of the joke in the house, is like I'll buy Trader Joe's like shredded beef.
Yeah.
And so I'll make like sandwiches out of it. I'll use it to make my own like pho or like noodles or anything like that. Not you, bud. And so we have found with 100% accuracy and satisfaction,
Yeah.
if it gets to like middle of the day and like he's not eating and he's obviously like upset stomach, whatever, I will take some of that steak and I will cook it at least till it's brown, say like 2 seconds on a hot plate, no seasoning, no nothing. That is his shit.
Oh.
He loves it. And so it doesn't matter how bad of a day he's having, how upset his stomach is, he will be like, I could eat that. And then he will eat that. And then like within 10 minutes, he will sulk to his bowl and then eat his kibble. So we call it vitamin beef.
Oh God. Just to like restart his system.
He just needs vitamin beef to restart his hunger.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. That's probably the weirdest thing. He's not weird about his kibble. I love that he loves his kibble. Like, shout out to Jinx. We love Jinx. We love that you guys sponsor the shelter. He's a huge fan. I will say this. We went to the vet, the first vet. We went to Modern Animal.
Oh, yeah, I've been there, yeah.
And so when they first met him, they were like, hey, he's still a little underweight. What are you feeding him? I'm like, he gets this much of like this. And they were like, oh, do you have him on the grain-free one? And we were like, yeah. And they were like, no, get the one with grains. Luckily, same food, but with brown rice and whatever other
the other grains are, yeah.
And he didn't notice at all. We mixed it in. He was never like picky.
He's doing work on this bone, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, he was sleeping for earlier, so
yeah. I mean, I'm lucky in that sense. The occasional chicken. I always cook chicken for Terry. He always wants some type of turkey from us, or he always wants something off the plate and so it's just food is easy, and I think I'm just lucky that way with him.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but nothing special, nothing crazy.
We don't feed him off the table at all.
We'll feed him off the table, but
if we're sitting at the table, it's an absolute no.
Not plate,
but we might leave like a little piece of steak or a little piece of chicken or a little piece of something.
Yeah.
And then we will go use it as a training exercise to be like, hey, come and reinforce some of it and give it to him. But other than that, like, he's a kibble and he's like occasional treats. Like, we have the It's the joint medication.
Mm-hmm.
And we give that to him by like, I take the pill, I break it in half, put a little peanut butter on it. And like,
Done.
I don't even say sit, he sits for it.
Mm-hmm. Waiting.
And he's just like, that's his favorite thing. And then I'll take a little peanut butter smeared on my hand and just let him like lick that off for a minute. And then occasionally my wife will make what she calls a charcuterie board.
Stop.
I know, I hate it.
You gotta show me a picture of this thing.
Well, so it's one of those little like lick mats.
Yeah.
And so we'll put like a little peanut butter on it, like take one of his treats, break it into like powder in one of the other little sections, and then like he'll have that, and that'll tucker him out.
That's great. That's so cool. I've seen those crazy videos on TikTok with the eggs and the duck necks and then the.
Oh, that's crazy shit, and we will get into that in another episode.
I know. I do want to though. Yeah.
But that's just regular ass food. So let's end this episode. But before we do that, what is your dog eating off the street this week?
You know, this was another solid week. Terry lately has only been eating grass. So I know where all the grass patches are around our block. And I guess I wasn't paying attention. But Terry got his first chicken bone.
Oh.
Luckily, I was there. I was quick. Swatted it out of his mouth before he could even sniff it again.
Nice.
And we were done. It was luckily nothing, but the chicken bone was close. What about good old Noodle here? Noodle, what'd you eat?
So this one was a problem.
Mm-hmm. When aren't they, apparently?
So I usually walk my dog up the hill.
Yeah.
Or we head towards Beverly Hills because it's more green. Well, this week we decided to walk east. So that's heading into like the heart of Hollywood on Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah. A lot more of the
now
tourism.
halfway there's a place called the Butcher, the Baker, the Cappuccino Maker.
Mm-hmm.
And
the Bone Breaker.
On the street, like he stopped me. I looked back. I saw it. It was a whole strip of bacon. A whole strip.
Well, first of all, who dropped their bacon?
A whole strip of bacon. Not a piece, not a crumb. A whole strip. And I looked at him. He looked at me. He was like, I can't believe it either. And before I could say, he like gulp. He ate it.
Oh man.
For the next hour.
Yeah.
Everything on that street had the potential to be bacon.
Oh.
So any little thing
Just
on the street,
it.
he was like, is that bacon? Is that bacon? Is that bacon? So for the rest of this week, I don't normally go down to Sunset with him.
Yeah.
He is determined to get back to Bacon Street.
I'm going to mess with you, Mark. I'm going to put bacon. I'm just going to leave bacon around your front door.
He is determined to get back to Bacon Street.
Oh my goodness.
And so now he got bacon at this one spot once. So now he is like, there was bacon there last time.
There might be bacon there next time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd take those odds.
So that was what he ate this week. He hit the lottery.
Yeah.
It was a mega plier, pick six, Powerball,
apple, smoke wood.
It was, I mean, it was a beautiful, like the fact that he knew, like, holy shit, I hope he doesn't see that I found this. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a whole strip of bacon. He's like, I know. I can't believe it either.
Oh, man. That's just crazy.
Oh, no. But it was more the uncontrollable, like, he was turned.
Yeah.
He was turned the entire walk. He was just like, oh, no. Oh, that's just a leaf. Like everything. His nose was like on the ground and he was on a mission.
No way.
From that moment on. Like, I don't care about you. I don't care about peeing. I don't care about going to the bathroom.
There's bacon.
It's gotta be bacon.
Man. Well, that's one thing our dogs have in common. Bacon. They love bacon. Terry loves bacon.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us for this week. We talked about food. It's a little bit of a long one, but hey, we could talk about food for the dogs forever.
Yeah.
Remember to rate and subscribe to us, guys.
Send us
Help share the
those-
podcast.
Send us those doggy pics.
Send us dog pics.
Yeah, go pet your dog. Bye now.
Bye.